All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another video leading up to the 9th season for the Walking Dead television series. In this one, we're going to give our thoughts on the possibility of another series, a spin-off here for the Walking Dead, possibly even featuring Rick. And I wanted to do this one quite a bit because I wanted to see where you guys stand right now after all the news and the recent videos that we've covered at Comic-Con, as well as kind of the confusion that's been added in that comicbook.com video with Andrew Lincoln and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, where they did that interview there. And it really sounded like Andrew Lincoln had stopped himself because he was about to get into spoilers when talking about his relationship with Rick being far from over, and like it was really sound like, okay, so there's more coming for Rick, like, you know, really crazy stuff, unless he just means totally outside of TV series and just Comic-Cons and stuff like this that he'll still be going to in the future. So I want to hear where you guys are at with this one. I want to hear what you think. So I'll have a poll here for you guys. You can vote, click the cards to get the poll access. And simply the questions are going to be, do you think he's going to be killed off or not right now? Where are you guys at with this one? Are you feeling like, no, you know, spoilers came out before, that all made sense, he kind of said his goodbye or something like that at the panel at Comic-Con where he said that this was going to be his last season of The Walking Dead, reprising his role as Rick, so he didn't confirm whether or not he'd be killed off or what they could do, but I really want to hear from you guys after seeing both those interviews, maybe the Comic-Con one, which is on AMC's YouTube channel right now, as well as the comic book one that makes it sound more like he's going to be that there's lots of stuff left for him to do as Rick, and we might not see it in the original series there, but maybe it could be in a spin-off, or it could be in Fear the Walking Dead, or a spin-off movie, who knows, another series. So this one came in, link will be in the description, to digitalspy.com, where it's Scott Gimple from Comic-Con, where he commented on additional series coming out for The Walking Dead, an additional spin-off that they've kind of been hinting at that for a little while, or at least he switched roles. So he switched from being showrunner for the original Walking Dead series to be a chief content editor or chief content, you know, manager type of deal for the Walking Dead universe on TV on AMC as a whole, which includes Fear the Walking Dead, it includes the original Walking Dead, and he did say he has lots of different projects coming down the pipe for us in previous interviews, be it like more webisode type stuff, or maybe some, you know, prequel type of stuff for different, you know, characters in the show, which could be really cool. I think fans have always kind of wanted to see maybe like, you know, a TV movie or something. Like, what about Negan's backstory? To see like a TV movie for that or something would be really cool. Just a lot of different ideas for this kind of stuff that he's kind of been working on. So he said, there's a lot of stuff that's cooking in the garage right now. We're working on all sorts of things, and as the months go on, we're going to have a lot more to say about it, he continued. He also went on to hint at more crossovers between the two shows that are currently on air. You never know who might pop up on Fear the Walking Dead, and that includes not only the Walking Dead characters, but even potentially people from the past of Fear the Walking Dead. So you never know. So that's what kind of spurred on the sort of additional kind of theories of additional spin-off series for the Walking Dead. And you know, I mean, you watch that interview back with Andrew Lincoln from comicbook.com and you think to yourself, like, you know, how does this work? Like, if you're not going to be in the original Walking Dead series anymore, this is your last season of Walking Dead, but your relationship with the character's far from over, so maybe it's a technicality type of thing, like he's saying, like, this is my last season of Walking Dead. Yeah, but he's going to be in something else after. Like, they're going to have, and some people brought this up right away, because if you guys remember the helicopter, one of the first times we saw that helicopter back in season, I don't remember when it showed up. When we first saw it go over Rick's head, if it was season 7, you know, and then season 8 we started to see it more with Jadis trying to wave it down. It's now in the trailer. One person had written in the comments, The Walking Dead makes it a point that chopper exists. Someone is getting on that chopper. So yeah, we're going to most likely see that chopper interact with Jadis or interact with our group in some way here coming up pretty soon, or probably find out where the chopper's from. Could be Commonwealth, maybe. But the whole theory of maybe Rick getting on the chopper, if you think back to when we first saw that chopper, it was like it kind of flew over Rick's head. Or was that season? No, that was season 8 when we saw that, because there was a whole fight between him and Daryl and that kind of stuff that happened, and you kind of saw him walking and you saw the chopper kind of fly past him. So could that be foreshadowing that he will be getting on the chopper at some point later on here, and that he'll no longer be in The Walking Dead? He'll be kind of taken out into some other spin-off series, movie, something. I don't know, and then we won't see him again in the original Walking Dead series. He'll actually be going to an additional spin-off that he would be leading part of the year as well, too, so they could have even more weeks of Walking Dead on. I don't know, man. It's crazy stuff, right? But that's about the only thing I could think of that would fit with everything that's been said, either that or just what Andrew Lincoln meant in that interview at comicbook.com, that he's going to be still involved with going to cons, and he's going to be very heavily involved with Walking Dead, even though his character is killed off this season. So that's what I want to know most in the poll from you guys. How are you reading this one? Are you reading what's been said so far as that he will be killed off this season? We'll probably see it in episode 5. He's going to die. That's why they're bringing John Berthal back as Shane. That's what's going to happen? Or are you somebody who's in the other end of this, where you're saying that, as much as it sounds like he might want out of the show, this kind of deal, it's kind of like maybe he just wants a break. Financially, it wouldn't be good for AMC to let him go. It's kind of like one of those, like you never let him go no matter what, almost, even if you have to pay him $20 million or something. To let him go would be so detrimental to the series that it's kind of like, you can't even do it, and that they must be doing something else with it. And either that, or some people like the idea of maybe he gets knocked out, has amnesia, and then ends up being like a different character later, like comes in as Beta or something, you don't know it, captured by the Whispers or something like this. But I like the idea of the chopper, and it makes me think back to him being the first, it flew over his head first. So is that set up that he will be getting on it at some point this season, and then, we may see him return later on, maybe not in the Walking Dead series, but in something else, or maybe Gimple's got some crazy ideas for what they can do to kind of merge both shows with Fear or something. Don't be surprised who shows up on Fear the Walking Dead. We'll see, man. It could be really cool. The only thing to me, like the counter argument for it would be that it sounds so risky to take. It's like, why would you take Rick out of The Walking Dead? Why would you do it? Like, even if you wanted to start another series, you could take out other characters like Daryl or characters like that. But to take Rick out, that's like you're taking out your lead character. So let me know where you guys are at with this one right now. Do you think it's like, nope, they're simply just going to kill him off and that's it? And all of this is like, no, misreading it because he means Comic-Con and all that other stuff. And he did stop himself, but maybe that's because he doesn't want to talk anymore about it, because obviously if he's leaving, that means he's going to be killed off. And so that then therefore spoils his death. So let me know how you guys read it right now. Let me know how you're feeling. Definitely vote in the poll, because I can't wait to see where you guys are at right now, so I can get some kind of a consensus around what are we thinking? Like, is Rick dying or not? Which one? Are we going to see another spinoff or not? And is it possible that he could either be coming back later in The Walking Dead after a break, or he might be leaving to another Walking Dead spinoff series or spinoff movie, which I think could be the coolest, the coolest of all, for sure. And we will do a couple more questions and kind of comments for today's Q&A with you guys. Keep sending them to me. Lots of videos this week. Going to keep right on producing them, as many as I can for you guys. Next one's from Dr. Death, who says, do you think Angela Kang is on track to save this show? I do. Season 9 looks better than any recent season. The trailer was amazing. Yeah, I thought the trailer was great, and I think she's doing a damn job from what we've seen so far. And I think it could end up being really good here, absolutely. And I mean, I don't know if I want to say, I thought season 8 was pretty good too. Like, I know that not as many people are watching the series right now as they were a couple years ago, and a lot of people weren't that happy with season 8, but I liked season 8. I thought it was a lot of action all the way through and some really great stuff. So for those who didn't like it, though, this season's going to be a lot different, and they might like that better. So I would not be surprised if a lot of people like season 9 a lot better than season 8, and probably 7 as well, too. I think it's on track to be a fresher, better, new, season that people are going to enjoy more than they did season 7 and 8. I think that's pretty easy to say and to see. I think that's just how it's going to work out. It'll feel new and everything too, right? Bwolf20 says, this news is so distracting. I hope people will be able to focus on the episodes without constantly thinking of his departure as they watch. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to do my best not to worry and think about it so I can enjoy what we get of Rick. His scenes looked awesome in the trailer. So you're absolutely right, Beowulf. I guarantee that's exactly what people are going to focus on. But how could you not? You're watching the episodes and it's like, just normal happenstances and normal stuff, new characters being introduced and all this different stuff. It just pales in comparison to the question of whether or not Rick is going to be killed off this season. It's crazy, man. It's really, really crazy. Or if he'll leave, and which of those ideas ends up being true. That, for me, if you look at all the videos I've done this last week since the trailer, that's the most important thing. That's the biggest thing right now, is that this is a trailer for 1 year. But we've spent over 8 full years with Rick in the series. He's been in every season. He's never missed a season. So, that for me is the biggest thing this season's happening. It's bigger than the Whispers. It's bigger than a new beginning. It's bigger than the new characters coming in. It's bigger than all those things. So, of course, people are going to think of that most and are going to be watching really carefully this season. To see what happens with that. Larry Fenderson says, Walking Dead, if not one last possible scenario, introduce his brother and make him a badass of Rick Grimes proportions. The whole brother theory or idea. This one, oh man. So Rick does have a brother in the comic book series. He's shown in The Alien, which is kind of like a spin-off of it. Walking Dead, The Alien. It's kind of cool. You can read it if you want to. But I just don't know if that would be right for the television series, I guess it's possible you could see something like that, but it would just feel so, like, campy and just crazy, and people would be so confused that I don't know if I want to see that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I want to see it. Is that because he's the defining character of the show? Do you really want to do that with him? Maybe with a D or C character or B character, but with your top A+ lister, I don't know if you want to do that, man. That's kind of nuts. I don't know if I'd like the whole brother idea, right? Anil Buddha says, Trev, do you think this series can last? I'm not sure. I hate investing time for something that might not last. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Anil, but unfortunately, as much of an expert as I am on Walking Dead, doing this with you guys 9 years, almost 4,000 videos now over all these years, seen every season like 3 or 4 times at least. Read every issue of the comic, reviewed it all the way through, never miss an episode for a review with you guys to give my thoughts and hear what the community has to say about it. I honestly have to tell you, I don't know, Anil. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to last through season 10. I don't know. I don't know for sure if they're going to kill him off or not. I can't really gather my thoughts to get them concretely down one way or another and say what they're doing. I really don't know. So I would say if you've invested this long into the series, you've already invested over 8 years, see it through. It's like if you don't see the rest through now, it's like 8 years is a long time. You got to watch it. You got to find out what happens, right? So to stop watching now would be like, you're not going to be able to do it, right? You gotta see it, man. You don't want to be, and I always try to watch right away with you guys and do the videos right away with you guys because it's like you want to see it as soon as you want to see it when it airs. You want to know what happens. You want to see it live if you can. That's the way I feel about it. So I wouldn't worry about investing more time into it. You've already invested over 100 and whatever episodes they're at now. So personally, I'd say stick with it and see how the whole thing goes. Trebecca's Finest said, Trev, and this will be the last one for today. Have you seen that Michael Cudlitz is directing episode 7? So that's cool, man, that he's doing that. I did hear that before. That's kind of neat. I didn't know he was a director, but that's really cool. He's obviously a fantastic actor, so he's in the biz, he's in the industry. So that'll be cool to see how that turns out. And I'll be interested to see, man. Absolutely, that's wicked cool, right? So yeah, man. And see, that's another thing. He's directing episode. That's another thing for you're saying his relationship with Walking Dead for Andrew Lincoln. It's like, could he still be involved in working on the series in different ways and promoting it or something, even after Rick has been killed off? These are some different possibilities, man. You look at the semantics of it and the words that are used, and you try to derive the meaning. It's tough, but it could mean a variety of different things, right? So let me know what you guys think. If you like this video today, please don't forget, thumb it up below. You can also share, you can favorite. If you're new and you haven't subscribed yet, but I'm left to subscribe, check out the Trev10 store, guys. A link will be in the description. And that's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another video. As always, this is Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. I'll see you soon.